Samma Sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arhato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arhato samma sambuddhassa. Sadhu sadhu. So today is a talk which is in from Samyutta Nikaya. This is 46 chapter, and the sutta number is 2. This on the face of it is a very kind of a simple concept. The concept is of nutriment. Nutriment means food. So I'll use food and nutriment both in the reading of this, because it is easier for us to understand, because it is a very simple concept, but it has a profound effect on our life. The Buddha has said that if you understand just one thing, and if that one thing you have understood and implemented, then you can lead to Nibbana, and that is the nutriment. Because for everything in our life which is kind of sustained, it is sustained by certain thing. So if this bulb is there, the bulb is burning because it has a electricity as the nutriment. We are surviving because we have food as our nutriment. Okay. Something. Okay, Ron, that is not a problem. So we will go to the sutta and see what it is. The sutta name is the body. Okay, the body means how does the body sustain itself? The nutriments for the hindrances. So first we will see how the food, or what is the food for whatever is disturbing us in meditation. So when we sit in meditation, there are 5 hindrances we can face. There is attachment, there is aversion, there is sloth and torpor, there is restlessness, and there is doubt. So all this have certain kind of food for it, and that is literally food for thought, and how that increases. At Savatthi, students, just as this body sustained by nutriment subsists in dependence on nutriment and does not subsist without nutriment, so too 5 hindrances sustained by nutriment subsist in dependence on nutriment and do not subsist without nutriment. So the body is sustained, or a body is there because we are eating food. So when a baby is born, that baby is of a certain size and weight. But as kind of it takes food, it kind of grows, and it is sustained by whatever food it is given to it. So in that sense, for the body, it is very kind of clear that food is the thing. Then what is there for the thoughts, and particularly what is there the food for the hindrances which we face in our meditation? And what, student, is the nutriment for the arising of unarisen sensual desire, for the increase, expansion of arisen sensual desire? So there are two things. There is a sensual desire which is not there, but it arises. And second is, when that sensual desire arises, it kind of expands. So in a way, we can say there are 6 essential doors which we have, which is the eye, for something which is beautiful we see; for ear, for something we listen to which is beautiful; something we can smell with the nose, something we can taste with the tongue, something we can feel with the hand, and something we can think with our mind. So mind things which are there. Thoughts are also kind of something which we are getting attached to. There is, students, a sign of the beautiful. So sign of the beautiful means that anything which you find kind of attractive, you can find some movie attractive, you can find some picture attractive, you can find some flower attractive, you can find some music attractive, you can find some smells attractive, you can find some taste attractive, you can find some kind of touch attractive. Like people like to have something in the hand, just to kind of, that is called fidget toys, just for that feeling in the hand. So that is attracting them. And then there are certain thoughts which are there. People are kind of attached to those thoughts. So first what we do is, If there is something attractive, we pay attention to it. So that is the start. So there is students a sign of the beautiful. Frequently giving careless attention to it is the nutriment for the arising of unarisen sensual desire, for the increase and expansion of arisen sensual desire. So careless attention means that you do not have mindfulness in that. You do not have awareness in that when you are paying attention to something which is beautiful. So in meditation, what we do is we say you have to 6R. How do you 6R? When you first recognize that your thought is on something, then you release it. For that, what you need, it's an awareness is there. Then there is a careful attention over there, which we are using in meditation. Well, if you are not using a careful attention, then we will have unarisen sensual desire, because we have seen something and then we get thoughts of that thing. We have seen a kind of a new shirt in the display window. We did not think about that. But after coming home, we kind of have these thoughts of that shirt. And then we kind of go into Amazon and check, oh, where is it available? How is the price? And then our kind of a desire for that shirt will kind of grow. That is how this hindrance of sensual desire, which is there, of something which is beautiful, grows. And what student is the nutriment for the arising of unarisen ill will, for the increase and expansion of ill will. So unarisen ill will is that you have ill will towards somebody or something. I don't like the noise. I don't like this way the city is made. I don't like the color of the neighbor's house. So that kind of feeling which is there, that you don't like something and you are against something, then that is the initial thing. Then how does it grow? By paying attention. Attention is the nutriment. So whenever you are paying attention to something, you are feeding it and you are getting it to increase. There is, students, a sign of repulsive. Frequently giving careless attention to it. It is the nutriment for the arising of unarisen ill will, and for the increase and expansion for arisen ill will. So what is repulsive is there can be everything which we said which are attractive can also be repulsive. Like some people like sweet foods, and some people kind of hate sweet foods. So the food will remain the same, but the reaction changes. Say some people like smell of flowers, and some people are repulsed by the smell of flowers. But when you pay attention to the repulsion, then you increase your ill will. So in your meditation, all those things will come up, because it is a condensed form of your attention which you are paying in your daily life. So you have to be careful where you are paying your attention to. And what, student, is the nutriment for the arising of unarisen sloth and torpor? Sloth and torpor is sleepiness and kind of lethargy which is there. Sometimes in meditation, we sit in meditation, but we are bobbing our heads. Our heads are going down. We are not able to put our attention on our object of meditation. We are not able to look at the object of meditation. For the increase and expansion of arisen sloth and torpor. So when there is attention again put to the sloth and torpor, you try to kind of control it, then it will also increase, because when you're trying to control it, you are paying attention to that sloth and torpor. There are, students, discontent. Discontent is that you are not satisfied with something. So when you are sitting, there is nothing interesting on the TV, say. So you have this discontent. Oh, there is nothing interesting. So your mind is not getting engaged. There is lethargy. So you have lethargy, and that is not exerting your body. Say if you wanted a glass of water, you will ask somebody, can you bring me a glass of water? You don't have energy to kind of go and get that glass of water. So you have a lethargy, but when you have lethargy, you pay attention to it and kind of make it increase. Then there is lazy stretching, drowsiness after meals. Lazy stretching is then when you feel like, oh, this is not possible, then you stretch your body. When you are kind of getting bored, then you stretch your body. Then when you are eating too much, then you have drowsiness. Drowsiness is there after you have had a big meal. Sluggishness of mind. So mind is not active. It is like heavy and you are not able to even think thoughts. So that is the state of mind. When you are paying attention to that state of mind, frequently giving careless attention to them is the nutriment for the arising of unarisen sloth and torpor, for the increase and expansion of sloth and torpor. So in that way, when you are paying attention to the wrong thing, that is increasing. Then the next is, and what student is the nutriment for arising of unarisen restlessness and remorse, and for the increase and expansion of arisen restlessness and remorse. So when you are in meditation and you are like, you have too many thoughts, or you feel like you want to kind of get up and start walking, those states of mind is restlessness. And remorse is you are kind of certain things which you have done, you are not happy with. Those kind of thoughts are arising when you are doing your meditation. There is students' unsettledness of mind. Frequently giving careless attention to it is the nutriment for the arising of unarisen restlessness and remorse, for the increase and expansion of arisen restlessness and remorse. So unsettledness of mind is that your mind is not settled. Your mind is not calm. When your mind is not calm, your mind becomes busy. So when your mind is not calm, you pay attention to that busyness. And when you pay attention to that busyness, you bring in restlessness. And one way of paying attention to something is by wanting it to go away. So if you try to suppress something, what you have to do is you have to pay attention to. See, if this is a reason and I want to suppress this, then where will my attention be? It will be on this thing. And then it will be given the nutriment, it will be given food. So it will become more and more strong. So more and more you try to suppress, then it becomes more and more strong and it comes back. So this struggle is also paying your attention. So where you are paying attention, it grows. So do not try to even suppress anything. What you have to do is you have to understand the 6 R's. That is, when you recognize certain things, you let it go. That is release. Release means do not suppress, do not try to get rid of it, let it be. Then relax, because anything which takes away your mind has the quality of craving. So that craving you let go, you smile, you bring up a positive thing, and it kind of lightens the mind, and then you come back to whatever you're doing in daily life. If you are in meditation, you come to your object of meditation. And what student is the nutriment for arising of unarisen doubt, for the increase and expansion of arisen doubt? There are students, things that are basis of doubt. So what are the basis of doubt? Questioning which is not correct. Like what will happen if I sit for 1 hour in meditation? So we do not know that, we cannot answer that, because you have to sit for 1 hour, then you will find out. So there are certain things which we are questioning, which is not a proper way of questioning. So Buddha says that you have to question in a proper way. So when you are not questioning in a proper way, you are not putting your attention on those things, and you are putting your attention on things which will increase your doubt, then the doubts will increase. So in this way, your attention, when it is put on those things which will increase your doubt, it will frequently giving attention which is careless, then it will increase your doubts. Just as this body is students sustained by nutriment, or I'll use food, so it will be kind of a different understanding. Just as this body students sustained by food subsist in dependence on food and does not subsist without food, so too 5 hindrances sustained by food subsist in dependence on food, do not subsist without food. So when you are giving your attention to something, that is where you are giving food to that thing. So where, if you are giving your attention on the wholesome, then you are giving the food to the wholesome. And when you are giving food to the unwholesome, you are making the unwholesome strong. So there is a old story from the Native Americans. The Native American chief is calling his son and saying that you have two wolves in your mind. One is a wholesome wolf and one is a unwholesome wolf. And it is up to you to feed which wolf. If you feed the wolf which is evil, then your mind will become evil. If you feed the food to the kind of good wolf, then your mind will be filled with goodness and wholesomeness. So that is the teaching which is there in the Buddha gives in Majjhima Nikaya 19. That is the two kinds of thoughts, Dveda Vitaka Sutta. So that he says that he separated, he split all his thoughts into two categories. One is wholesome and one is unwholesome. And he said, if I give my attention to the wholesome, then there is no kind of harm which can form to me. If I give attention to the unwholesome, it may be harming me, it may be harming the other person, and it may harm us both. So when you give your attention to the unwholesome, then it can cause yourself harm, it can cause others harm, and it can cause both of you harm. So that is the importance of putting your attention on the wholesome things. So now the Buddha is saying that how does the unwholesome happen? Unwholesome happens because you are paying attention to the unwholesome things. Now the Buddha says there is another way also. The nutriments for the awakening factors or the enlightenment factors. One other way of telling nutriment or food is fuel also. So you require fuel for your car, you require fuel for your bike. So in this way, for your awakening states also, you require fuel. And what is your fuel? The fuel is your attention. So the wholesome cycle which is there, the wholesome cycle is also happening because of the attention you are giving. So it is important to know where you are putting your attention in the wholesome factors also. Student, just as this body sustained by food subsists in dependence on food and does not subsist without food, so too the 7 factors of awakening sustained by food subsist in dependence on food and do not subsist without food. And what, student, is the nutriment for the arising of unarisen awakening factor of mindfulness, for the fulfillment by development of the arisen enlightened factor of mindfulness? So when you do not have mindfulness, then it should arise and then it should be fulfilled. So what is the nutriment for your mindfulness? There are, students, things that are basis of awakening factor of mindfulness. Frequently giving attention, careful attention to them is the nutriment for the arising of arisen awakening factor of mindfulness, for the fulfillment by development of arisen awakening factor of mindfulness. So what are the factors for giving attention? That is your object of meditation. So when you give your attention to your object of meditation, then what would be required? Your attention is required on the object of meditation. So when you are putting your kind of attention frequently on your object of meditation, what does that grow? It grows the object of meditation. So in our meditation, what we say is we start with metta. Then it can turn into karuna. It can turn into mudita. It can turn into upekha. So it can, from loving kindness, it can go to compassion, it can go to sympathetic joy, and it can go to equanimity. So we pay attention to the wholesome. So that is the factor, that you pay attention to the wholesome factor which is there, which is your object of meditation. So there is also an element in sati, which is mindfulness, is the remembering part. So the Bhante Vimal Ramsey translates it as remembering to observe how your mind's attention moves from one thing to another. What is the one thing? One thing is your object of meditation, and another is the hindrance which arises. So you have to be aware and you have to remember that you have to observe this. When you are remembering and observing, what will fulfill? Where you are giving your food? Where are you giving your attention? Where are you fueling? You are fueling the wholesome aspect of meditation, and that kind of increases the factor of mindfulness. So when you are paying attention to your object of meditation, you are developing your mindfulness. And what student is the food for the arising of unarisen enlightenment factor of discrimination of state? Discrimination of states is also called investigation. Discrimination of state means you know what is one and the other. You discriminate between two things. Okay. So if there are, say, I have two bottles. So what is the black bottle and what is the white bottle? So that is the basic thing which Buddha is asking. You discriminate between these two things. If I ask you what is the white bottle, you can say. If I ask you what is the black bottle, you know what is the black bottle. So you know, you can discriminate between those two things. So that is the factor which is there for investigation. So investigation is just like saying that when you look at it, you can know if it is black or if it is white. So that is the only factor. It is not a very complicated thing. So when you are able to be mindful, means you are able to remember to observe how your mind's attention goes from one thing to another, then you are able to investigate if it is wholesome or unwholesome. So it is a very natural thing. It is not a very complicated thing. The 7 factors of awakening are not complicated things. They are very simple things. It is made very complicated by scholars and people who are complicated mind. But the Buddha is saying that if you just look at it, that is your mindfulness, sati, then you can investigate it. So investigation is knowing it is wholesome or unwholesome. So he goes there. There are students wholesome and unwholesome states, blamable and blameless states, inferior and superior states, dark and bright states, with their counterparts. Counterparts means dark has counterpart as white, superior has counterpart as inferior, so it has counterpart. Frequently giving careful attention to them is the nutriment for the arising of unarisen enlightenment factor of discrimination of states or investigation, for the fulfillment by development of the arisen enlightenment factor of discrimination of state or investigation. So you pay attention, you know, your mind is there on, your attention is there on your unwholesome thing which has arisen, the hindrance which has arisen. So you know. So that is when you know, what you do is you recognize. Then you release, relax, re-smile and return back to your object of meditation. So your mindfulness improves and your ability to discriminate, your ability to investigate happens. And what student is the nutriment of the arising of the unarisen awakening factor of energy, for the fulfillment, development of the arisen and awakening factor of energy. There are students, the element of arousal, the element of endeavor, the element of exertion. So when you are able to see, be mindful, then you are able to investigate. When you are able to investigate, you know how your energy is there. If your mind is kind of very busy, then you know that there is too much energy in this effort. If your mind is dull, then you know that there is too little energy. Then when your mind is busy, what you do is you relax. You relax more, you smile more, you know that you are not smiling enough. Then you kind of relax and smile and take it easy. Don't take it too much as a burden. Then you reduce the energy. See, if you feel that your mind is dull, there is sloth and torpor in that. What do? You sit up straight. You pay more attention to your object of meditation. Then you are putting in energy. So by being mindful, you are knowing what is happening. That is investigation. By knowing that, you are able to manage your energy. So one thing leads to another, thing leads to another. So you pay attention to the energy. Automatically, you are able to manage your energy. Frequently giving careful attention to them is the nutriment for the arising of unarisen awakening factor of energy, and for the fulfillment by development of the arisen enlightened factor of energy. And what student is the nutriment for the arising of unarisen awakening factor of rapture or joy? Bhante like the word joy because it's simple. It's a rapture seems to be a kind of a very complicated word. So Bhante said it is just joy which is coming up in your meditation. For the fulfillment by development of arisen, awakening factor of joy. There are students, things that are the basis for the awakening factor of joy. Frequently giving careful attention to them is the nutriment for the arising of the unarisen awakening factor of joy. For the fulfillment by development of the arisen awakening factor of joy. So how does that happen? What are the factors which are responsible? See, when you are investigating, when you are mindful, you can investigate. When you are in investigation, then you are able to manage your energy. So you are able to give up the unwholesome, stay with the wholesome. And when this energy is balanced, when you are not giving too much energy, when you are not kind of giving too little energy, and this energy is balanced, what would happen? The state of joy is there. The state of happiness is coming up automatically. The state of rapture, which is said, piti. The state of piti is automatically coming because you are managing your attention, then your investigation of the unwholesome, and you are giving up the unwholesome. You are 6Ring that. When you are 6Ring that, you are able to manage your energy, because that investigation is a part of managing the energy. When you are able to manage the energy, then you are able to be in balance. When you are able to be in balance, you are having joy. And then you are, what is the kind of symbol of joy? Smiling. When you are smiling, you will be joyful. So then you are paying attention to this smile. So when you are paying attention to this smile, that factor of awakening of joy is automatically arising in your meditation. So you are joyful. And what student is the nutriment for the arising of unarisen awakening factor of tranquility, passaddhi, for the fulfillment by development of the arisen awakening factor of tranquility. There are students, tranquility of body, tranquility of mind. Frequently giving careful attention to them is nutriment for the arising of unarisen awakening factor of tranquility, for the fulfillment by development of the arisen factor of tranquility. So in meditation, what you see is you are being mindful, you are letting go of unwholesome. So your investigation is going on. Then what is happening is you are able to manage your energy. Because of managing of energy, you are in joy. When you are in joy, what would be the body state of a person who is in joy? He will be in tranquility. So he'll be comfortable. So you become comfortable by giving attention to this joy. By giving attention to this joy and the comfortableness of the mind and comfortableness of the body. So when you have no unwholesome thoughts in your mind, your energy is balanced, then your mind and body is very tranquil. So it comes into tranquility. So that is how you are able to be in tranquility. And what student is the nutriment for the arising of unarisen awakening factor of collectedness or concentration? Concentration means, or collected means, that your attention is able to stay on certain things. Okay. And for the fulfillment by development of the arisen awakening factor of collectedness. There are students, the sign of serenity. Serenity means just this tranquility, that the calmness which is there. There are signs of calmness. When you are able to stay tranquil, then there are signs of calmness is there. The sign of non-dispersal. Non-dispersal means your mind is not going here and there. Your mind is able to stay at one place. It is not dispersed. It is able to stay at one place. It is able to stay at the object of meditation. So that is how you are able to see what is going on in the mind. So your mind will just stay with the object of meditation. Frequently giving careful attention to them is the nutriment for the arising of unarisen awakening factor of collectedness, for the fulfillment by development of the arisen awakening factor of collectedness. And what student is the nutriment for the arising of the unarisen awakening factor of equanimity, for the fulfillment by development of the arisen factor of equanimity. there are students, things that are the basis of awakening factor of equanimity. So what is the awakening factor of equanimity? Just being tranquil and being collected. When you are collected and you are there on your object of meditation, your mind will become balanced. So paying attention to this balance will create your equanimity. And then it will increase your, by paying attention more and more to that, it will increase the your equanimity. So when you are mindful, you are able to investigate. When you are able to investigate, you are can balance your energy. When you are balancing your energy, there will be joy in the mind and the body. When there is joy, then there will be tranquility, tranquility of the mind, tranquility of the body. Then what would happen is your mind will be able to stay on the object of meditation. So your mind will be collected. Your mind would be at one object and it will not need to move away because your mind is comfortable at that point of time. Then what would happen is when your mind is comfortable and you are able to stay, then there is balance in your mind. So equanimity is automatically developed. So when you are doing the Brahma Viharas, then also you are developing towards equanimity. So it starts with metta, that is loving kindness. It goes to compassion. It goes to sympathetic joy. Then the stage is of equanimity. So equanimity is the stage before awakening. That is the before of Nirodha Samapatti. That is cessation of perception and feeling and consciousness. That stage, before that stage, what is the stage you have is of equanimity, where you are balancing all these 7 factors of awakening. When these 7 factors of awakening is balanced, then you have the experience of Nibbana or Nirodha Samapatti. Then when you are coming back, you will be able to see what is happening. And that is the experience Bhante says is of Nibbana, because you are able to see how your mind is getting up. You are able to see the dependent origination in action. And when you are able to see that, then your mind does not have any doubt and it gives up attachment. So first time when it happens, they give up attachment of Silabhata Paramasa. That is that by rituals and doing certain acts, external acts, you will be able to attain awakening. That point you forget about that. You say it will not happen. Then you kind of have insight into the impersonal nature of your mind and body. You have complete faith that the meditation which you are doing will lead you towards Nibbana. So that will be the state of awakening. So that is the first stage of awakening, and there are 4 stages of awakening. Then there is Saktagami, Anagami, and Arahant. So you will progress in the path. So by understanding the nutriment, by understanding the food which is required, which is your attention. So it is very important that where you put your attention in your daily life and also in your meditation. So if you have careless attention, then all the hindrances are bound to increase. If you have careful attention, then all the factors of awakening is bound to increase. So by paying attention to where you are putting your attention, you can grow your understanding. So this is the end of the sutta. And is there any questions or anything which you want to kind of clarify? Was it clear to everybody?
Yes, Bhante, it was quite clear.
Okay. So today there are no questions? You can ask questions about any other thing also of your meditation, or if you want to clarify certain thing which was said over here also. No, nobody has a question. Okay. I think I did a very good job of explaining everything in detail. Huh? Okay, if there's no question, then we can share the merit and this session. We are at a retreat. I'm Hugh and myself in Buddhapada currently, and the retreat is going well. And we hope that there are more people who kind of come for the sharing of this Wednesday talk and Sunday talk. So we'll be trying to kind of find people who are interested in kind of coming and sharing their experiences, and also kind of sharing if there are some favorite suttas they have. So we'll have more people kind of come to these sessions and do sharing. So we have more varied information and more kind of a point of views. So the same suttas can be read by different teachers or different guides which are there, online guides are there. So they can come up with their own perspective, the way of thinking. So we'll have a richer understanding of our teachings. So by that, I'll just share the merit, and then we can end this session. May suffering ones be suffering free, and the fear-struck fearless be. May the grieving shed all grief, and may all beings find relief. May all beings share this merit that we have thus acquired for the acquisition of all kinds of happiness. May beings inhabiting space and earth, Devas and Nagas of mighty power, share this merit of ours. May they long protect the Buddha's dispensation. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu.